The Senate takes up immigration this week amid reports the White House could offer significant concessions to Democrats, especially on the issue of DACA. The LA Times now reporting a possible path to citizenship for 1.8 million people brought here illegally as kids. Joining us now, the hardest working man in media, Larry O'Connor, 105.9 on your AM dial here, FM dial here in D.C. Larry, you've read all this reporting about the possible White House proposal here and the framework.
Yeah.
How well does this play with the MAGA crowd?
Well, listen, I think we got to get the details. I'll tell you this. I don't know why the White House is floating some sort of incremental change in the position they already put forth before the negotiations even take place. Let's have the debate. Let's have Democrats actually earn some sort of movement from the White House rather than just floating it out right now.
As you talk to Republicans in Congress, especially guys who are well plugged in the immigration discussion, be it Tom Cotton or others, you get a sense that they're not quite sure where the president is on this. They're not quite sure where the White House's goalposts are. Do you see that as a problem?
Absolutely it is. But I think that Tom Cotton is the person to watch in the Senate, and I think that he is going to hold the line on some of these things. This whole idea, though, I think one of the things the Los Angeles Times was reporting is that the White House is now interested in moving possibly legal immigration limits that they're currently proposing at $500,000 a year up to $1 million a year. It's such an arbitrary number. And let's not forget that Barbara Jordan, a hero of Democrats back in the 90s, she chaired a commission at the behest of President Bill Clinton, and they came up with the number $550,000. Excuse me, 550,000 legal immigrants. And the devil here in the details, Leland, is who are these 1 million people? Are they skilled labor? Are they close family relatives like young children or spouses who are coming in, which would then end chain migration if we limit it just to young children? I want to find out who the 1 million people are coming into the country legally, not just a number.
As you point out lately, the details have been coming up from Congress to the White House rather than down from the White House to Congress, sort of a switch in the paradigm we've been used to. The president tweeting this morning, so many positive things going on for the USA, and the fake news media just doesn't want to go there. Same negative stories over and over again. No wonder the people no longer trust the media, whose approval ratings are correctly at their lowest levels in history. Hashtag MAGA. We'll deal with the first part of that tweet, not the second part of the tweet, given yours and my occupation. The president's got a point here that there's not a lot of coverage of certainly some big things that he's done. At the same time, when on a Friday afternoon in the Oval Office, he's calling a guy who's an accused wife beater, somebody who did a very good job, and we wish him very well. Does the president kind of create some of these own issues that then he complains about?
Yeah, listen, I know that it's hard for the media to sort of understand a complex narrative coming out of Washington, D.C., like actually things are trending well. The president has pretty good approval ratings right now, probably the best of his presidency, better than Obama did at this time in his presidency. And actually Republicans are looking good. All of that at the same time, you know, you've got a White House staffer who's being accused of a pretty awful thing. The president's point, I think, was, listen, there is, in fact, something called due process in this country. Let's let due process play out.
Real quickly, though, there may be due process in a court of law. There's not due process on an FBI security clearance. There's not due process when it comes to working at the White House. Those are different standards.
No, I understand. And listen, the man is no longer working at the White House. At the same time, listen, I know that it's hard to sort of square that circle, and anytime you are on the side of making it appear as though you're defending someone who is accused of spousal abuse, you're on the wrong political argument, all right? It's just there's no winning that argument. However, it is possible that the president was speaking. It is very possible that Mr. Porter did a fine job at the White House despite his horrible past. Okay. Those aren't two conflicting ideas, but the appearance is the president is defending an accused wife beater. That's horrible.
And as you point out, the difference between perhaps the fact-based argument and the political argument are very different. Perception becomes reality here, as you well know. Enjoy the city of brotherly love, where it all started, and we'll see you back in D.C., my friend.